Hello, good evening, good morning, whatever. Welcome to Meandatory. I am your host, and right now I am going to speak about Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is by far, I think, my favorite show right now. It's made me be on the edge of my seat for about a year now, waiting for season 4, and now in a week, season 4 is coming up, and I'm not just waiting for answers. I'm waiting to see what kind of things are going to happen now, the situations, everything. I just love this show. It's so dense with pure quality. One of the first things I would like to talk about is the writing. The writing is sublime. It is um very on a very different level from most TV shows, if you ask me. It's written by, well, the main writer. I don't know what his title is really, but he's credited as the creator of Breaking Bad. His name is Vince Gilligan. He worked on X-Files before, and X-Files was a popular show with some cool storylines. It had a lot of new themes in every episode, and it's a classic, sci-fi classic. Breaking Bad is a different beast, but it's also incredible. Um, what makes the writing be good for me is that I can watch it, I can see the characters, and I can recognize uh, how uh, how they act and how their actions are in alignment with what's happened in the series earlier on. It's very organic, and that's not just it. Uh, because there are also these big explosive moments, things that really stick with you. Big, big scenes, deaths, whatnot, and how that's all blended together, all within this one concept of a guy played by Bryan Cranston, three-time Emmy winner for the series. How he turns from basically a boring teacher into a badass major criminal that is also an achievement. Cool stuff. Um, so far, we are 3 seasons in. The first season had only, I think, 6 episodes, and the next seasons have had 13 episodes, which is in tradition with how AMC has done it so far in several shows. It's a very dark show. It's not for everyone. So even though I tend to rave about it, I'm I know that I'm not going to recommend it to just everyone I meet, because I know that a lot of people will not find it super enjoyable. It is a very dark show, and for many people that's not something that compels them, I guess, because, well, if you look at a country like China, for example, they have a hard time getting jobs. They gotta be on their toes, working as hard as they can at their jobs. They have a different kind of morality, and when they finally sit down with a TV series, what they want to see many times is something that's just pure entertaining, pure enjoyment. And this is not just a Chinese tendency, I think. I think that's, and I'm sorry if I sound stereotypical, but it's a tendency I've noticed in Chinese entertainment. It's very pure, very light-hearted many times. Of course, this doesn't account for all Chinese art. That would be stupid of me to say. But I think this tendency, I think it's not Chinese. I think it's human, and it's just a different cultural way of of enjoying art. Um, Breaking Bad is not a show where you can just have a feel-good experience. Breaking Bad will break you almost bad. No pun intended. Oh well, there was a pun intended. I would be lying if I said there wasn't. Breaking Bad is so dark, and I don't want to spoil it, but there are some moments there where I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Mainly a scene, one of the last scenes with in season 2 with Jess's girlfriend. That one really got to me. And the end of season 3, which was the last episode I've been able to watch so far. Man, uh, man, that's crazy. I don't want to spoil it. I'm just gonna talk about the show in a general way. And so yes, it's dark. I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. With that being said, what makes it such pure quality? I mean, people don't just watch it for the sake of it being a dark show and feeling sophisticated about it. In fact, I first heard about the plot of it all, and then I said, oh well, the main character got an Emmy. I'm going to give the very first pilot episode a chance. So I watched it, and I could see the appeal, and I thought it was very well done. It was quite beautiful in itself, in and of itself. But I thought to myself, they can only go. I don't think it can go up from here, really. Also, where is it going to go? And this there's just something about it. I didn't feel like I had to watch another episode, and I didn't. Um, I just felt kind of weird about the show. It was such a different thing. So, well, eventually I watched another episode and saw how it carried on so well after season one, episode one. It was just like when I watched episode one, that was sort of contained in itself, this big event, the first episode of Breaking Bad, and it was basically I don't know the English word for it, but it was like um, it laid out how the show was going to be. Uh, the dynamics between the family and the Walter, the family guy, and the dark side of him, his reasons for Breaking Bad, all of this stuff. It was just like it was like a movie basically. So I was surprised to see how smoothly it just kept on going uh, into episode 2. It was like it really was like they were connected. It wasn't just a movie. It was a series. I realized, and that sort of got to me. And I suppose I watched on after that, but it took me 6 months from first I watched episode 1, and then 6 months later I watched episode 2. And boy, I'm glad I did that. It's one of those things that you learn to love. Um, for me, it was. It just got to me more and more, and I was like, what's going to happen next? How how low can he go? I kept watching it, and all of a sudden you get into the groove of this whole the darkness of the show. You start to understand it, and there's something about it that starts to make you feel comfortable. But you never get to feel too comfortable because there's always something to shake you as you continue watching the show. There's always something unexpected, something more dark than ever before in the show. Um, well, secondly, people talk about the humor of Breaking Bad. I think it's so hard to describe Breaking Bad. To me, it's a very honest expression of the vision of Vince Gilligan, and whatever's in it is just there, purely there. It's Breaking Bad. It's not just you can't just say it's this or it's that. You can't just say it's a western or that it's inspired by The Godfather or that it's um, this and that. It's really a compilation of of visions that's bringing it all together. It's one kind of like how you can put, you know how salt tastes, you know how an egg tastes, and you know how flour tastes, and all these stuff. And when you put it together and make bread, it has a flavor of its own, and that's how I feel about Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad has a flavor of its own, and to put the ingredients apart doesn't bring it justice, if you ask me. I think it's bigger than the sum of its parts, really. What I can take out of it is that writing is just it's opened my eyes for writing and for storytelling also. Um, really, it's just also interesting to watch, to try to stand in Vince Gilligan's shoes and other writers' shoes. Try to think about what have they been going through while making it. And according to interviews, they spent lots and lots and lots of days, of months even, in a writer's room just asking themselves these monotonous questions like, where is Walter now? He just did this to this person and to that person, and he's still bound to his decision of becoming, of making methamphetamine and selling it and getting money for his family, and this just happened and he feels this way for his family, and finally it's like this, and what is he going through right now? What is the natural thing to happen right now? And they keep asking these questions, and they come up with something that just feels right. They never stop asking themselves these questions, and that's what makes the show so it creeps under your skin, I think, because it's just natural in a way. Really, really great show. With that being said, I might sound extremely biased, and I know I am, but I gotta just take my hand off and say the storytelling is some of the best I've ever seen. It is not the best, but it's some of the best. And this show is just overall so well done, and I can't wait for it to continue on. At last, in the last 30 seconds, I would like to say that the actors are great as well. Very great. It's not quite a realistic portrayal of characters. It's more, I view it more as a symbolic show more than it's authentic. But they just work well together, and it's entertaining to watch. So watch this show if you got the guts.